Could quantum computers break Bitcoin? It sounds like something from a sci-fi movie, right? But with all the recent articles around quantum computing lately, this question is getting some serious attention. After watching this video, you will know exactly what a quantum computer is, how quantum technology threatens to break cryptocurrency, how quantum computers could potentially access Satoshi Nakamoto's 1 million Bitcoin, and finally, what we can do to protect crypto from quantum computers in the future. First up, what exactly is quantum computing? Think of it as a super-powered computer that doesn't just follow rules one by one. It looks at all possible solutions at once. It does this by using something called qubits. Unlike regular computer bits, which are either 0 or 1, qubits can be both at the same time. It's like spinning a coin. While it's spinning, it's not heads or tails, but kind of both. This lets quantum computers solve certain problems way faster than regular computers. In a regular computer, information is processed using bits, tiny switches that can be either on or off. But in a quantum computer, qubits can exist in multiple states at once thanks to a quirky quantum property called superposition. Imagine you are trying to find your way through a maze. A classical computer would try one path at a time, backtracking when it hits a dead end. A quantum computer, on the other hand, could explore all paths simultaneously. That's the power of quantum computing in a nutshell. Now, Google recently showed off a quantum chip called Willow. This chip solved the problem in under 5 minutes that would take the world's fastest regular computer billions of years to figure out. Pretty mind-blowing, right? This Willow chip has 105 qubits. That might not sound a lot, but it's a big step forward. Each qubit added to a quantum computer doesn't just add a little more computing power, it doubles it. So going from 104 to 105 qubits is a huge step. So what does this mean for Bitcoin? Well, to understand that, we need to know a bit about how Bitcoin works and why it's considered secure. For beginners, Bitcoin uses something called a blockchain. Think of it like a big public record book that keeps track of every transaction. Each transaction gets logged into this record using some really complex math, so complex that it would take regular computers ages to crack it. Here's an analogy. Imagine trying to open a locked treasure chest. The lock has trillions of possible keys, and the only way to open it is to try each key one by one. That would take forever, right? That's basically how Bitcoin stays safe. It's just too hard for normal computers to break the code. Let's dig a little deeper into this. Bitcoin uses two main types of cryptography to stay secure. One for creating and verifying transactions, and another for adding new blocks to the blockchain. For transactions, Bitcoin uses something called the elliptic curve digital signature algorithm. Don't worry about the fancy name, just think of it as a way to create a super secure digital signature. It's like having a lock that's nearly impossible to pick. For adding new blocks to the blockchain, Bitcoin uses a process called mining. Miners use powerful computers to solve complex math problems. The first one to solve the problem gets to add the next block to the blockchain and earn some Bitcoin as a reward. These math problems are based on something called the SHA-256 algorithm. It's designed to be really hard to solve but easy to check once you have the answer. It's like a really tough puzzle that takes ages to put together, but once it's done, anyone can see if it's correct at a glance. But quantum computers, they play by different rules. Remember how I said they can look at all possible solutions at once? Well, in our treasure chest example, a quantum computer could try all those keys at the same time. That's why some people are worried about quantum computers and Bitcoin. There are two main ways quantum computers could mess with Bitcoin. First, they could potentially break private keys. When you send Bitcoin, your public key is shown. Normally, guessing the matching private key would take forever, but a big enough quantum computer might do it in minutes. Second, quantum computers could take over mining. As I mentioned, Bitcoin miners compete to solve math problems to add new transactions to the blockchain. If a quantum computer joined in, it might outpace all the other miners combined. Right now, no quantum computer is powerful enough to do this. Google's Willow chip has 105 qubits, but to crack Bitcoin, you would need millions. So for now, Bitcoin is safe, but we cannot ignore future risks. So how can Bitcoin fight back? Well, developers are already working on solutions. One big idea is called post-quantum cryptography. fancy math that even quantum computers would have a hard time cracking. Bitcoin will have to update its software, of course. The tricky part is that these changes would need most of the Bitcoin community to agree, and big updates can take time. Now let's talk about something really interesting: Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin. Satoshi, the mysterious creator of Bitcoin, is believed to have around 1 million Bitcoin. These coins are stored in a way that might make them more vulnerable to quantum attacks. Satoshi mined these coins in the early days of Bitcoin using an older type of transaction called pay-to-public key. This method leaves the public key exposed on the blockchain, and quantum computers might be able to work backwards from a public key to the private key. That's why these coins might be a risk. Some people have suggested freezing these coins to protect them, but others say that goes against what Bitcoin stands for, being run without a central authority and not controlled by anyone. Some people think quantum computers will be able to break current crypto within the next 10 to 20 years. Others think it could take much longer. Either way, the crypto world isn't standing still. In fact, some people see quantum computing as an opportunity for cryptocurrencies. Quantum-resistant coins could have a big advantage in the future. Some new cryptocurrencies are even trying to use quantum principles to make themselves extra secure. As for Bitcoin, it shows it can adapt before. When it was created, a powerful home computer could mine Bitcoin. Now it takes specialized hardware. So here's the bottom line. Quantum computers could be a big problem for Bitcoin in the future. They might be able to break Bitcoin security and mess with its network. But today, quantum computers aren't strong enough to do this. And even as they get better, Bitcoin isn't standing still. New security methods are already in the works. The world of blockchain and quantum computing is always changing. So, will Bitcoin survive the quantum era, or are we underestimating this new technology? How should the crypto world prepare? Let me know in the comments below what you think, and if you want to learn more about how quantum computing could potentially impact the global market and how we should adapt, be sure to check out my article in the description below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!